What's going on there, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are having a wonderful day, because I know I am. And in today's video, I actually want to go over my initial impressions after being able to sit on it for a couple days. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. It's revealed that we just had a couple days ago, finally, after months and months of waiting. And especially it's nice that the game comes out in just a couple months. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, comment down below what you guys are most excited for about Black Ops Cold War, because I love to know and chat with you guys down in the comments. And definitely subscribe to the channel for more future content. But anyways, let's get right into it. Alright there, so first of all, I cannot emphasize enough how excited I am personally for the game. Because literally 10 years ago, my very first Call of Duty that I played was Black Ops 1. My very first one I ever owned. That's around the time when I got my 360. It's my very first Call of Duty ever. And this one's going to hit a little bit more towards home for me because how it's going to be a sequel to it 10 years later, which is freaking phenomenal. Is the is all I can say, because I'm in shock with it, what Treyarch is actually going with for it, the direction that they're taking Black Ops series with. Finally can be able to fill in that gap just a little bit more between from Black Ops 1 and 2. But with that multiplayer reveal that we just had though recently, I like how it looks so far. It looks really good. It looks clean. Freaking adore it so much. And especially after that reveal, a lot of the influencers and content creators were able to play it for the next few hours and a few extra hours, play the alpha build of it. And all I can say is so far the game looks beautiful. There are some concerns with it. I'll get on that a little bit later on. But some of the positives though, like one of the things, it looks really good so far. I even know it's only in an alpha state and it's just going to get better from there, is what I'm excited about to see what the full finished product's going to be, especially how it's going to be on next gen hardware on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 is what I'm going to be most looking for. Being able to play that 120 frames on console, or of course you could play at 144 excuse me, you could play at 144 frames per second on PC already, or even higher up that. Now I think this Call of Duty is going to hit home to a lot of us, a lot of the OG community who's been playing for years and years and years. But it's going to hit home to a lot of us just for a couple different reasons. So one of them is definitely going to be, we're going back to the three-lane design for the 6v6 maps, which is going to be fantastic. It's going to be phenomenal to have that again. Game's going to be fast-paced, especially from what we saw from, you know, pro players, influencers, YouTube, like all those people who just played recently. It's extremely fast paced, especially when they all played. Another thing that's really going to hit home is going to be the weapons that we saw in the game, like the AK-74U, the XM4, which literally looked just like the Commando. Let's see what else. I think it was called the LW3, but it was basically the L96 from Black Ops 1, which was a personal favorite for sniper rifles. The SPAS is coming back as a secondary. There's just gonna be so much more to it that we couldn't have possibly dreamed of for Call of Duty, especially for one that's gonna be most similar to like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 1 era, Cold War era, which is gonna be freaking phenomenal. Especially how the new creative class system works, transition over in that. So how the creative class system works is kind of like how Modern Warfare is. It has its own gunsmith to it, which I absolutely adore. How we're going to have another gunsmith, because I love the one in Modern Warfare. But this one's just going to flat out tell you how much, like, percentage-wise, upsides, downsides, what's it going to actually do, whatever that attachment is actually going to specifically help with, and it's going to explain to you so far from what we know, which is phenomenal and something that is definitely much needed, because we didn't have that in Modern Warfare, which sucked. It sucked not having, like, you know, aiming stability, recoil control, all, like, because there's so many different little terms that they used in the gunsmith on Modern Warfare, like exclusive ace, drifter, J-God. They all had to kind of go in depth with that. which is awesome. Big props to them. Freaking, I've been following those guys for a long time. But of course, you get your primary, your secondary. Both can have 5 attachments, which is freaking awesome. Of course, lethal, tactical, and then they're doing field upgrades again, back from Modern Warfare, which is nice. You know, most of those things, they don't really impact gameplay too crazy amount. They just help you out a little bit, and that's just gonna be nice having that again. The big stick that they're gonna throw in now is gonna be they're bringing back wild cards from like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, but with a little bit more of a twist in comparison to those ones, because you can only have one, but they're super powerful in their own possible way. I know one of them is where you can pick another 3 perks. Another one is where you can have up to 8 attachments on your primary weapon, which is nuts. I do believe another one is where you could basically have overkill / underkill, where you can have either 2 primaries or 2 secondaries, however way you want it. And I don't remember the last 1 or 2 that they had, but those are the main ones I do remember, which is gonna be nuts. Especially being able to stack your weapon with 8 attachments is nuts. It's crazy. It's something like we've never had in a Call of Duty before, and how they're gonna be pushing that limit to it. And that's gonna be a lot of fun to be able to play around, experiment with. Especially if they have a faster kind of style of gameplay. Hopefully more people are going to be running around than the camp heavy fest that we have with Modern Warfare. People are going to be willing to experiment. They're going to be willing to experiment with different weapons attachments. It's like, okay, like, do I want to try to like make more balanced weapon, or do I want like a run and gun kind of style, or just sit back a little bit, kind of hold down a choke point, or try to hold down an objective with for a weapon. There's going to be so many more possible opportunities to be able to use with that one wild card to be able to hold up to 8 attachments. It's crazy thing how a Black Ops game is gonna be the one Call of Duty where you can have 8 attachments on your primary weapon. It still just blows my mind. And of course, we all know that there's gonna be a beta next month, October 9th, I think it starts, on PlayStation 4 for pre-orders. People who pre-order ahead of time, they get the first 2 days, and then it's open up for PlayStation 4. And then next weekend, open for all PS4 players, and then it's whoever pre-ordered the game on PC and Xbox. And then the last 2 days, it's open to everybody. Everybody can try out the beta, which is awesome. Kind of sucks just because the PlayStation, the Sony deal that they still have with Activision, it's whatever. At this point, as long as everybody does get to play at some point, it's going to be good. One of the other really awesome things, so how this is going to be a cross-generation Call of Duty for console-wise, from Xbox One, PS4 to PS5, Xbox Series X, it's going to be all cross-platform, cross-generation, across anything, including with PC, which is going to be amazing, because that was one of the big issues that happened from 360 PS3 days all the way from to Xbox One to PS4. That was one of the issues with Call of Duty Ghosts back then. Extremely split player base, all due to that console generation leap that we had. But now it's awesome because we're going to be having that. We're going to be having that kind of cross-generation, cross-platform stuff with everybody, so nobody gets left behind, which is going to be awesome. So if you don't have the money at the moment of, you know, when the new consoles come out later on this holiday season, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic that nobody's going to get left behind, and you don't have to stress out about getting the consoles. It's going to be more player friendly, which is very nice. I do know personally so far, with everything that we have seen so far for Black Ops Cold War Multiplayer, I'm extremely excited about it. One of my big concerns with it so far is going to be the score streak system, just kind of going with it. So basically how the score streak system is, it's a score streak system, but it's like a hybrid between like it's like requisitions from Call of Duty World War II. Where when you die, you still can like continue on your progress, but the point system on here, like everything is like raised way higher. I even think just a UAV is like 800,000 points, if I'm not mistaken, from the gameplay I've seen. and a chopper gunner was 6,000. But what Treyarch is doing to implement this, a couple different balancing, couple things to balance it out for this kind of killstreak system, is so killstreak cooldowns is the big thing. So after when you call in that killstreak, before you can like earn points for it again, you have to wait a specific amount of time to be able to call it in again. In the alpha build that we saw from all the influencers that we played, it was at least 90 seconds. But the Treyarch did come out and say that later on in the game, or later on with like beta testing, once they get more info, they're going to adjust those times accordingly off the players' feedback or their own feedback that they're going to see that we don't see on our end, or that they won't tell us about. The other thing is, so there's going to be a score streak multiplier for the longer kill streak you go on, which is actually going to be really nice to see. Something a little different along those lines, because Exclusive Ace broke it down in a video where after each kill he would get more and more score, and then every 5 kills there's some sort of bonus with it. And Swag, on one of his streams, he got on a 26 streak and he got an insane amount of extra score. He was just like, the amount of score he was able to honestly get, I think, like a third or a quarter of a way to his chopper gunner from that kind of streak he was on, which is kind of nuts with the points. But it's also going to be depending if your score streak, if it's on cooldown or not. That's going to be one of the big important things about it. And of course, one of the things that we don't know about, we don't know if nukes are coming in the game. It'd be kind of cool, especially Cold War era theme. It was dealing with all the nukes and stuff. But that'd just be something I wish. But Treyarch usually never does like nuke type streaks. They had the nuclear metal, which is just a 30 gun streak without dying, which is still pretty. It's tough to do as is, but it'd be nice if one Call of Duty, just one, if Treyarch could do some sort of nuke kill streak that everybody can go for, like how Infinity Ward does. That's one of the things that they do right, is they do nukes. They do nuke kill streaks, which I love to death. Honestly, never gone one in Modern Warfare. I very rarely get them because I like to rush around too much. But hey, it's cool to be able. It's good for players to have that kind of kill streak or whatever they can go for like that. Anyways, though, just to kind of recap everything, I love what we're looking at so far. We have to wait until the beta so we can see some more. There are some extra things that are going to be coming into the game once the full game comes out, like weapon inspection is going to be out, and executions are going to be back, like how they did in Modern Warfare, which is going to be nice. A lot of people like that stuff. Anyways, there, everybody. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a like, subscribe if you guys enjoyed it for some more future comment. Leave some comments down below so we can start a conversation going. And in some links down below, go and follow me over on my Twitter at Lokoroko64, and follow me over on Twitch, so you guys can go and catch some streams later. See you guys till next time. Peace.